which is, to me, I think you're right. That, to me, that strikes deeper in some weird way, right? Because it's uncovering these subtle aspects of racism, raising consciousness that we need to do, right?
Well, the new racism is denying racism. That's you know,
I was in that camp. I got to tell you, I think I was in that camp, and I spent my week apologizing to all my African American friends because when they would complain, I go, "Oh, come on, it's not that bad. It can't be." Just sort of denying that. And now I see something like this, I go, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, I didn't know." This is something I'm apologizing for.
Yeah. Well, you know, a survey recently of Fox News viewers found that they felt that reverse racism was actually a bigger problem than racism. You know, I don't know what universe these people live in. I guess a white one. And you'd think after all these years they would understand, just looking around them, that that's not really the case. Racism is not worse than racism. And we see it in so many ways, but I guess from their point of view, we've progressed so much, and that's true too. That's the hard part of this, is that America came from slavery, obviously, but then we went into an era of Jim Crow. And then we went into an era of segregation. And now they think, well, those problems are gone. We are no longer segregated.
Good evening. I'm here to present my topic on Black Lives Matter and are gun laws beneficial for blacks. After watching this video, I came up with the questions of, is racism still a problem? Are black lives the target of our gun laws? Here we have two men, Caucasian as you can see, discussing their thoughts and views based on evidence that they have. Here you can clearly see that the beliefs that they have are that the black lives are the targets of this, and that if it was white America with the same situation that they're occurring, this would maybe not have had a different outlook or a different ending as what it did have.
So the problem is solved, and it's, I would say to them, it's like if a race started and 3/4 of the way around the track, the black people got to start running. Now they're running too. You don't look up and go, hey, we're all running now. Yeah, but somebody had a giant lead, which is why I would say, affirmative action is still appropriate in some situations.
Thomas Jefferson calculated it would take 200 years to undo slavery in this country. It's his calculation.
That's the next slide. So bad. Very bottom. Yeah. And this is what we'll go over today. We just did our introduction with the video. What is Black Lives Matter? America's current gun policy, worldviews on American gun policy, and then we'll do our conclusion. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is a movement that started in 2012. That video was right after the Trayvon Martin case, and it was basically discussing what happened with that case. And after that, there was a movement or a group of people that got together and decided to make a movement, and that movement was called Black Lives Matter. And it was created in 2012. And basically, they just wanted to let America know that our lives do matter. Not just with deaths, but with poverty, with economy, with everything that's going on right now. That we're the ones that are getting the bad end of the stick. So basically, this movement, like I said, was started in 2012. And it was, here it says, their purpose is to let everyone know blacks are left powerless at the hands of the states. A lot of these decisions that are being handed down are at the hands of our government. And with the gun policy, that is one thing, that is a government law that we're abiding by. However, blacks are the ones that are suffering by it at the same time. Here again, you see Black Lives Matter. These are some protests that happened after the Trayvon Martin case. In the last picture, you will also see Jordan Davis, who also had a similar situation as Trayvon Martin. And this was after his death, and this was another protest that occurred. What is America's gun policy? America's gun policy is very broad, it's very general, it is not specific at all. The main thing that you will see is that if you have a firearm and you're over the age of 18, they're only going to check to make sure you have a criminal background. If you don't have a criminal background check and you can get your license, you go through your license, you can get a gun. However, with that, is that beneficial? Just to be able to say you don't have a criminal background check. Okay, that's fine. Everything is clear. You have your background, everything is clear. However, I have not checked your psychological state. Are you mentally and physically able to carry a gun? What are some issues that you may have that would prohibit you from carrying a gun? So with this, these are the things that some protesters are saying that the gun policy needs to be revised. There are things that need to be looked at because a lot of these killers and the suspects out here, they don't have a criminal background. It is empty. It is blank. However, you have not checked their psychological background because they do have mental things that are going on that let you know that maybe they should have never been allowed to have a gun in the first place. Then we're going on to how is it helping? Well, if we go to look at some statistics, really with white America, as they're calling it, it's not helping it's helping them, but it's not helping black America. White America is feeling as though they need these guns because violence is occurring quickly. And it's occurring from blacks, and they're calling it black violence. However, on the other end, who is it hurting? It's hurting us because we are behind that. They are getting the guns to protect themselves from us, but what do we have? We can't get the guns as easy as they have. And according to Washington Post, we are the victims. We are the highly rated victims in America, the blacks are. Here we have some statistics to show that blacks are the highest. This is America. Homicides, the yellow you see is the blacks. We are probably about 5.6 thousand we had last year. Whites only had generally right under 4. With the suicides, we are below the whites. We are in the blue. And here, like I said, suicides, that is self-inflicted. Things you've done to yourself. The yellow is the homicides, other people's killings. And again, we are the highest. What are other countries saying about this? You have countries as China, Japan, France, and Australia. They are criticizing America because of these gun laws, saying that you guys are trying to target us for the things that you're doing to your own people. And that is true. The Washington Post goes on to say that America has the rule of you can get guns, or we have so many guns, but they don't realize you have too much racism as well. And that is true. So how do we compare? Here are the statistics. The number of privately owned guns in America. America has almost 3.1 privately owned guns inside the home. Here you have China, who has maybe 1.1 million. And here we have France, who is under 1 million, right at 7,100,000. So again, America is the leader in domestic guns, or guns that are in the homes. In conclusion, America has shown that we need to revise our gun policy for the safety of not just blacks or for all, because homicide rates and suicide rates are almost even. So the psychological background check is more for everyone, not just blacks, not just whites, but for everyone. So getting this law revised will help not only us as a people, but us as a country. So I ask you to do your research. If you would like to know more about it, the information is out there. And thank you.
Thank you.